So yesterday we talked about some advanced techniques in pivot table, right? Advanced. So that's what we did yesterday. So we worked about on this sample, 30 data sample. And I want to share something again in the group. Once, just give me around a minute or so. I want to share an image or so basically, we have this already, but one thing we've not done in Excel is charts. We've not talked about chart at all, right, guys?
No, we haven't.
Yes, we haven't talked about. We haven't
briefly.
We haven't talked about chart at all.
Briefly in the first pivot class we had. That was last week, I think.
Yeah, it wasn't even up to 5 minutes. So I really want to discuss things about charts with you. Although I might not go, I won't do advanced chart techniques in Excel. We are going to be doing it somewhere else. So, but it's important to also know how to do charts in Excel. What are those things you can do? What are those things you cannot do? So basically, should we use this data or we should use historical data? You know, we have one historical sales data. Should we use that one for charts? Okay, I'll post dirty data in charts. Somebody wants it in charts. I'm asking, guys, what do you think? We have two data samples now. I'm asking us, should we?
Or three.
Yeah. And basically two. We have one historical sales data, we have sample data. I'm asking, which one do you think we should use for charts? We can use anyone.
But you just sent it dirty data.
No. That's second part of the class.
Oh, okay.
In dirty data, we are going to be cleaning that one. So, but before we start cleaning, we need to touch charts. So I sent the data to the chat in Zoom. So if you need it in Zoom, you want to download it on your computer directly, you can get it from there. Okay, guys are not saying anything. So I create a new sheet. Let me call it pivot table. Let me call it basic pivot table. Or I can even call it report sheet. Let me call it report sheet. So in this report,
Mr. G.
Yeah.
Sorry to cut you. Is this the data you worked with yesterday?
Yes. This is the data I worked with yesterday.
Okay, because I don't think I have a copy of this. Did you send it to the group? Because I didn't.
I'm sorry, I need to match your voice first.
Sorry, it's Modupe.
Oh, sorry, Modupe.
Modupe.
You have it, sample 5.
Yes.
I can send it again if you want. You want me to send it on WhatsApp or on Zoom? Which one?
On WhatsApp. Thank you.
Yeah, I'm going to do it now again.
All right, thank you.
So done. So we have this data now. So we want to have Dashboard. Basically, when you want to have a dashboard, you need to plan. What a dashboard means is that a dashboard contains different charts, like bar chart, pie chart, line chart. It can also contain text, just text alone. It can contain shapes, but the number one rule in a dashboard is that you must be able to see everything in a single screen. So can you see my selection now? In a single screen. When you are in a vehicle, in a car, we also have what we call a dashboard. Once you are looking at a particular dashboard now, the one just behind the steering, we have the speedometer, you have the fuel gauge, right? You have speedometer, fuel gauge, you have total distance the car has moved. You have a lot of stuff like that, which are showing, it's a report now. But once you look at it, you can see everything in a glance. You don't have to bend down or bend up or look at it from this. Wherever you are sitting in front of the car, I mean in the driver's seat, you are going to see it comfortably. You don't even need to scroll. Do you understand what I mean by scrolling? Like maybe it cannot contain a single sheet. So basically, a dashboard should be able to contain a single sheet. Do you get what I'm trying to say by a single sheet?
Yes.
Yeah. It's a single screen. Beg your pardon. A single screen. It should be able to contain a single screen. So you don't have to scroll because you want to look at other part of the world. Because you want to look at other part of the dashboard. So some people are calling. So basically that's that. So before you start your dashboarding, you need to plan. You don't just start with charts. So you look at, okay, this is the whole space I have. You understand? You look at the amount of space you have. Okay, how do I want to divide it? So basically what I do first is, I don't want to see all these lines. So I can come to view and I come to remove grid lines. I don't want to see the grid lines. Can you see? I don't want to see the grid lines. So you need to plan that, okay, this dashboard is because I'm on the computer. Sometimes it's always even better to do it on the paper. But we're on the computer, I want to show you what you need to do. You understand? Are we together? So you can now say that you can now say that, okay, what do I want to create? I want to create maybe some things here. You understand? Maybe this is going to be like your heading. Heading text. So it's going to contain something like, you understand what I'm trying to say now? So you don't just go out and start designing something. You need to plan. That is, you understand? So you plan based on the space you have. You can now say that, okay, this dashboard that I have, you can decide to say that, I expect that maybe if you have a paper, you are going to be drawing it. You understand? That's why I'm doing it. That, okay, I don't know the amount of slicers I will use at the end of the day, but I want to basically put slicers here. You understand? So what you just know is that you want to put slicer here. So you can cut this place. You can say that insert again. Where are you? Slicer. So you are going to have slicers here. Then you can add this. So there are different arrangements you can use. You can add that, okay, insert again. Maybe I want to have region. I want to have sales by region. You understand now? Are you getting what I'm trying to say now?
You are planning your dashboard.
Yes, yeah, I'm planning my dashboard. You don't just go out by drawing charts first. Then you come again, Control C. Then you can say sales by, you look at the data again. What other metric do I want to show? You understand? Sales by region. Then guys, oh yeah, suggest based on this data, you want to see sales by category. You want to see sales by month, like you want to have your month and sales so that you can see. Because as a manager, you want to know which region is performing, which category of products is selling more. You understand? Sales by category. So you plan your dashboard like this, and you can even sales and profit. Thank you. So as much as you're interested in sales, you're also interested in profit. Which region is showing
Great profitability.
yeah. So it depends on how you are good with chart dashboard with charts. Some people, so we have profits by region. You can do profits by what? Then we can have profits by
Category.
something like this. But more importantly, you also want to show some key metrics. You understand? At a glance. So you can have what we call just text. It's just going to be like, I'm going to show you now. So you can see now, basically when you are doing this, you are going to be erasing and adjusting. You understand? Then you come again, then you do something like insert shape. Then you can now insert like, so this is going to contain maybe total sales, like total sales. You know, it's for a particular supermarket. Then you want to see at a glance, that is going to be figure. You understand? Then you have Control C, Control V. Then you can have total profit, right? You can have volume of transaction. You understand what I mean by volume? You can have, are you guys following me?
Yes.
Then you can have total discount. How much are we spending on discount? Because as a supermarket, you cannot just be giving discounts. You have to plan discounts, right? So you don't just give discounts. So are we giving too much discounts? Then you can have total sales. You even want to know total number of customers. Do you understand now? So it is when you have something like this, you can now, the arrangement may still change. You understand how you arrange your charts, but eventually, you already know that, okay, this is going to be here. I'm going to have a chart that will show sales by region, sales by category, sales by, I have category twice. I think I wanted to show something else. Sales by category, top, you can want to have top 5 states, top five states. You understand? Then sales by category, top 5. What did I say? Top 5 states. Yeah, you understand what I mean? Top 5 in terms of sales. And you want to see top 5 states. region, state. You also want to see sales by segment. So do you guys understand now? So let us call it dashboard ideation. So you can say that, okay, I want to put logo somewhere here. It's very possible. Maybe you have a logo, you plan it. So you can do it on a whiteboard, you can do it on a paper, you can do it inside your Excel. You understand what I'm trying to say, guys? So all these arrangements can still change, like, because everything needs to be neat. It has to be neat, it has to be also some aesthetic. You understand? So
Yes, please.
so you need to have some aesthetic too. You need, but basically that's when you have, this is just ideation. So you basically need to arrange whatever you are doing. So you can decide maybe colors and things like that at the end of the day. So you can reduce this and say that, okay, you understand. So everything, you want everything to make sense. You understand now? So on a single screen, you can see now that we can arrange whatever we want to do. You understand? So basically, when you have a dashboard, you want to answer questions like why, where, what. You understand? Where. You can see that says by region. He's asking questions about where. Like which place. That is what this one is going to be answering. Question on where. And this one is going to be answering questions on what? On what? What products? You know, a manager might be interested. If you are the owner of a supermarket, you can be interested. You can be interested in what, where. We do not even have anything about time. Sales by, let's assume we want sales by, let's change this top 5, or let's call it sales by, I think that's what I wanted to, sales by time, periodic. You understand what I'm trying to say? Sales by month. So basically that's what I want to have here. So basically you expect, so this one is going to answer a question about where, what, when. You understand what I'm trying to say, guys? So basically you have things like that you want to ask questions on. So it is your role as an analyst to now look at, okay, which type of chart can I effectively use to pass my message? You understand? Because each of them has a different chart that you can use to pass that message. And you must use that type of chart. You should not use a wrong chart for, how to put it? Don't use a wrong chart to communicate some messages. So basically, there are books on that, but I'm just going to discuss it very briefly. There are a lot of books on that. And with practice, you are going to be getting better in making decisions. You understand? With practice, it's not something you just, yes, there are some science to it. You understand? But it also has an art. It's also an art. So when we say something is an art, it means that, is there a limit to number of charts on a dashboard? No. Yeah, I mean, you might not have a limit, but you remember you have a space. And the rule is that, the golden rule is that every chart must occupy a single screen. You understand? So, which means that at the end of the day, it's very rare before you see a dashboard that we have more than 8 charts. 8 is even too much. You understand? So most of the charts you are going to be seeing is going to be 4 to 6. Most of the dashboard. You understand what I'm trying to say? So you might now have 2 different dashboards. Let's assume you have a lot of questions. you want to answer. So you might have a dashboard that discusses sales, then another dashboard entirely that is going to be about profits. That's just an example. Or a dashboard that is going to answer questions about where and what. Then another question that is going to answer questions about when. That is time intelligence. You understand? So it's a matter of, am I able to effectively communicate my message? Sometimes the dashboard can just contain 2 charts. You understand? If those 2 charts is what is going to communicate your message, then why are you disturbing yourself? Remember, it's not about you, it's about your audience. They must be able to see whatever you want to show effectively. They must be able to understand. So you may have a chart that is going to be occupying twice of the size of another chart. Yes. Can the dashboard be live? You can make it live, but you need to be in Excel. You need to be refreshing. Like, you have to refresh your data. I think I showed you something about that, so that once new data comes in, the only thing you just have to do is to come to data, and you have a refresh button somewhere. I didn't say refresh all, it refreshes your data. That is one approach. But with Power BI, you can, which we have not even started Power BI at all, we can schedule a refresh. You understand? We can schedule a refresh with Power BI, which means that it can be refreshing every hour. So it shows you, so you can have a live dashboard. Yeah, it's possible. So do you guys understand everything we do now? So we now want to start from answering some of these questions. You understand? Which means that we want to now design our dashboard. So in this design of dashboard, remember I said, guys, are we doing it together or I'm doing it alone? I remove
We are together.
We are together. So I remove grid lines, I remove headings. You may need it or you may not need it, but eventually, when you are designing, you may decide to leave grid lines so that it guides you in terms of arrangement. But Excel normally will guide you. You understand? When you are moving.
Hello, sorry. Hello.
Yeah, I'm with you.
Please, how did you remove those lines, please?
I come to view, look up. Under view, okay. Can you see grid lines? Yeah. We have grid lines and headings. So
grid lines, okay.
Yeah, so you can just uncheck that box.
All right, thank you.
So there are a lot of things you can remove, but you can even remove everything. You won't even know it's Excel at all. You can remove formula bar, remove headings, remove this guy. So I can decide to remove this, but I'm not doing it. I can decide to remove this, what's it called? This sheet. It shows all the other sheets. You understand? Because basically your audience don't need it. Your audience, the person you want to present the dashboard so only needs to see your dashboard. He or she does not need any other thing. You understand what I'm trying to say? So we can now, okay, we have a plan already, right? So we just basically want to follow our plan. Are we good to go? So I can now write inside and say W3A it's better you set your screen size to 100%. You understand? Set it to 100% so that you are very sure it occupies. So W3 supermarket sales dashboard, something like that. You can give it any name. If you have a supermarket you are running, you can put it. So you can decide to add a logo. Basically, you can have icons. Let me just make use of an icon as a logo, not to waste time. Please answer me. Yes. So are we guys together?
Please, how did you get to the icon bit? Under insert?
Yes, you are going to see pictures, shapes, and icons. But I think you have to, I'm not very sure. Maybe you have to be online or something. I'm not exactly sure. But just try it under inserts. You should see something there.
So how do you make that long line?
I inserted the shape.
Blue, that color blue line?
I inserted the shape.
Okay. Under inserts?
Yes. Insert shapes, and I drew a rectangle.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, let me just insert something very basic. Let's assume it is our logo. It's just an assumption. You may have a logo on your computer, a picture that you want to use. So you understand now? So now we now come here again. We look at the total sales. So basically, if you want to have something that shows a total sales at a glance, remember when you come here, where is it? Report sheet. So basically, I want to do something like equals to sum. So, okay, before that, let's just call it total sales. And I'm going to have equals to sum. So I want to sum my sales column, my sales, what's it called now? So I come to orders and I select sales. And it shows me total sales, which is the total sales now. And this total sales now, I can now make use of it over here. Over here. I want to put it somewhere here. So basically, I want to put a shape again. I want to insert another shape now. Guys, look up, insert shapes. So now there's something. Let me just on my formula bar so that you can see. So basically, remember in Excel, whenever you want to work with anything in Excel, you basically work with shapes in Excel. But this time around now, Adejoke, how are you? Good afternoon. So whenever you want to work with anything in Excel, you work with shapes, because that shapes is what you use. But anything that is not a cell in Excel is actually not part of Excel. So you need to have to find a way to work with it. So for example, this shape now, I have this shape, and I want to put I want it to be dynamic in the sense that, over here now, if I come here now and I change my sales to another number, automatically this guy here is going to change, right? And which means I don't want to type it out. I want to make sure it is a formula that is inside this shape that is going to show me total sales. So what am I going to do in that aspect? So before we go on, the logic I like to do is that because I also want to label it, I want people to know that it is sales. So I'm also going to insert another shape, and I can draw it now. That's a text box, and I can call it sales. And I can decide to just stylishly move it up here. But I can, before doing that, I come to shape format. I make sure it has a shape fill, almost the same color. Then I can shape fill, and text fill is going to be white. And what other thing can I do? I increase the text size. So I can decide to move it here.
Sorry, please, to take you back. Can you please just go over that
I know this is
particular
not
aspect?
Excel. You might need, I don't want to waste time on, but what do you say?
Just how you came about the box going back inside. I got a bit distracted, sorry.
See, it is just shape. It is a text box
Oh,
shape.
okay, the regular text
Yes,
box shape.
yes.
Oh, okay.
Just type
All right.
inside and format it. So I don't want it to have an outline. Then you.
Oh, I get. Thank you.
Yeah. Don't mind me. I don't want to. You know, this is not. It's just design. We can always figure that out. So now I insert another shape again. I just want to show you. I ask where I'm going, and you guys are going to see very soon. So inside this shape now, I can answer that this shape now. Can you see that it is selected? I can say that that shape is going to be equals to. Can you guys see that I have equals to in my formula bar? Please look up, no distraction, no distraction, look up, look up. I want to do two things. Can you see that I have equals to in my formula bar, right? I select, let me just rewind a bit, rewind. I select this guy first. Can you see that my shape is selected first, guys? After selecting this guy, I cannot, it's not in a cell. It is a shape. So for me to interact with it, I have to go to my formula bar. So it's selected. Then I go to my formula bar. And equals to, I'm now going to go to another sheet, my report sheet, and I'm going to say that it is going to be equals to that cell that has total sales. Can you see now that the figure is appearing inside this place? So if I want to format anything about it, let's assume I want to add a comma separator, I'm going to do it from here. You understand? If I come to my dashboard now, can you see that it has a comma separator? If I want to shape format now, sorry, so if I want to, are you guys following?
Yes, yes.
Yes, thank you. Can you see now? I can come to my home and increase the text size. I can make it center. So after doing that, I come to shape format again, text fill. I make the text fill white in color. The shape fill, I make it blue. And what other thing? I can come to shape outline, no outline. So you guys, anybody seeing this now will not know that it is a combination of 3 different shapes. Can you see what I'm saying, guys? Can you see it is a combination of 3 different shapes now? So we have our cells like that. So you may decide to add let's assume you want to put Naira beside it. You can just come here and say that insert, you come to, there are different ways of adding a Naira sign, but I just want to use the most simplest way. You come to currency symbols. Under normal text, I have Naira, insert. So I have Naira here. What I can now do is that you can see this Naira, I can copy it. I copy that Naira exactly from there. And I can also add it as another, what's it called? There are several approaches, but what I want to just do now is, let me just use insert another text box again. No, it's all about, it's not about Excel now, it's about you want them to see something. You understand? And you must find a way to make them see. So it's pasted there. You increase the font size. I think, so you need to make sure that everything is properly, this guy is font size of 20. And I just make sure it is also 20. Because if eventually I want to place it, so it's 20 now. I come to my shape format. You just repeat the same process again. Then text field, adjust it, and if you observe now, can you see that there is a box surrounding our Naira sign? Guys, can you see that? Guys, nobody is answering me. Guys, are we here?
Yes.
I hear.
Yeah, you can see there is a box surrounding the Naira sign. So that is because I did not remove outline. If you don't want that, I mean a line. So you can see that line. So basically, if you want to remove that line, which I've done before, I just come to shape format, shape outline, then you say no outline. Can you see now that everything looks clean and neat, right? So what other thing can we do? You can decide to just group all of them. You just select all the different shapes that you have. But let's just leave it as it is for now. So that is about sales. So the same process now, I'm not going to do it for us. You can do it for total profit, volume of transaction, total discount, total customers. Do you guys get what I'm trying to say? Guys, do you understand what I'm saying? Yeah, so you can repeat the same process for total discounts, total, where is it? Total profits, you already know how to do that. Volume of transaction, you know how to do that. Total discount, you know how to do that. Total customers, how do you think you are going to find total customers? Because this is your customer, I think we have a customer name. You can see now, how do you think we are going to know the number of total customers we have? Where's customer name? How can I know it? Can you see that we have repeated values? Anybody?
You might need to sort and subtotal by there.
No, there is an exact function that can allow you to find total number of unique customers. Anybody? Okay, somebody says can't. I don't know. Let's try. So we go to our report sheets. We just say that total customers, or let's just call it number of customers. So somebody says can't. I want to check can't. Can you see that we have different types of can't? Can't is count the number of cells in a array that contains numbers. Is that what we want to do?
No.
So we already know that can't cannot solve it, because Excel has defined can't for us, equals to can't again. So we can now look at other types of can'ts we have. We can see can't A, count the number of cells in a range that are not empty. Is that what we want to do? No. Can't blank? No. Can't if? No. So what do you want to do? So there is something called distinct. I think there is. or is it distinct or unique? I'm mixing Excel and Power BI. It turns the unique values from a range or array. So it looks like this. Let's try this unique. And we come to others, we select our column and close bracket 0. So it's not unique. So guys, I'm waiting for you. What do you think we can do? There is an exact function for it. It's not unique because unique is counting something else. I want you to, okay, let's make use of this guy. We say count unique. It's not bringing anything, count. So we have count is, decount. Well, we look at decount. Okay, not decount. If you guys are not going to talk, I won't do it though. I don't want to tell you.
Why are you not telling us now? Tell us now.
No, now. You have
Why
to
now?
learn how to, I want you to learn how to solve problems in the exam. So
Yes, well, for somebody like me, I may not be able to say anything. This
go
is my
and research.
first step.
Go and research.
Research. So the research will not be immediate. It's after the class. So you pardon me if I don't talk.
Yes, it's okay. You have talked now. I'm satisfied.
And pardon the rest of us too if you don't talk. Because
No,
that might
that you
just be
can
the
just
same case.
suggest something. Say that, okay, can we try this? Can we try this?
All right.
Okay.
Hello, sir.
Yeah, I'm with you.
I'm sorry, my questions maybe might sound foolish. Please, how did you get that that dashboard you are working on? This box.
This dashboard sheet.
No, there's something like where you are entering. No, where you are entering some numbers now.
Okay.
This one?
This is from the no. Yes, under this place, there was a small box down that you are pressing something on. Is it from the function something?
Are you talking about this one? Okay.
No, there was a box to get those number of yes,
this
yes,
box?
this one. Yes.
Yeah, there are several ways. Who is going to help me? Modupe, can you try?
The only way I know is to first sort.
No.
And then,
she asked another question. No? She wants to know how I got something.
What's that?
This box.
How you got your formula box?
Yes, this insert function box, this box.
Yes, exactly.
Oh, okay, it's on the formula bar. Once you click equal to, you click that FX button up there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Equal to?
Yes,
equal to then FX
button.
Yes. Thank you. Our instructor Modupe, you say in equals to, then you click on FX and it shows you. Or you do equals to, what is the shortcut?
I'm not getting it though. It's not giving me.
I think, yeah.
Yeah, what's the name again? Adejoke, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, just hold on, look at me very well. Or look at my screen, don't look at me. Look at my screen. So you say equals to, you can see I've typed equals to now, right?
Okay.
Then after equals to, you now take your mouse to this place.
Okay.
You click on FX.
Okay.
You understand? So
yes, thank you, sir.
you're welcome. Or you do equals to, after doing equals to, instead of using your mouse, you just press Shift F3 and it brings it out.
Okay.
So This is left for research. So for research or assignment.
I just read something on the frequency function. But then we have to combine it with the match and.
That's too long.
This is a tough assignment.
No worries, not tough.
Okay.
With dependence on the question name to affect. I don't get the question, Silifa, please. Can you reframe? I don't get your question. The issue is that we could have just done a simple count or whatever, but the problem is that it is we have repeated names. We only want to count one. Because this Bosnia Hoffman is just one name now. It's the same customer. We don't want to count it several times. So let us quickly go to sales by region. So in this sales by region now, we can decide to, I think we did not put this in the, yeah, is it a question or a statement? I didn't get that. So we insert pivot table, and existing worksheets with sales data. You already know how to do this already. Then we do something like, we want to do what again? Sales by region. Then, okay, thank you. So we have sales, we bring it to values. We are doing this for the 100 times now. So we have region. So we have this already. What we want to move on to is chart now. So basically what you have here now, you can just press Alt F1. It shows you a chart instantly, immediately. But that's one way. Another way is you come to pivot table, analyze, you click on pivot charts, then you can now select the type of chart you want. So in this time now, we have a column chart. Let's leave it as a column chart. So we have this column chart now, guys. This is the column chart. So now this column chart now, the question is that if you format this guy, is it going to format whatever you have on the chart? Let's check. So can you see now that it's not formatting it? And we want to have a format here. So what you just do to this chart, guys, are you following me? Is that you select this y-axis first, and you come to number. And what? Okay, we have display units. So can you see something called display units? So in this display units, you can change it to hundreds. Can you see now that we have in hundreds? You can change it to thousands, and you can change it to millions. You understand? So you can now come to these millions again and say that, and edit it again and say sales in millions. Or I think millions is not good. Let's use thousands, because our value is not up to a million, in thousands. So you adjust this guy. This total, we don't want it. You can basically adjust. Can you see how I'm adjusting my data now? My chart, so that I have a lot of space. Then I come back here, I change it to, what's it called now? To thousands. Where is it? So to thousands. We even
Sorry,
have
how is
100.
your, sorry, please, how is your format axis showing?
Okay,
What
I'm
did
going
you
to
do?
I'm going to go over it again. Control Z, 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 Z. Oh, I think I can't go beyond this. Okay, delete this guy. Alt F1. It shows us what it thinks is the best. You understand? Are we together?
Yes, please.
So we are here now. So basically, we want to adjust this thing. It is not what it shows you should use instantly. No, that's not a good way to work. So this
Okay.
total now, there is nothing it is doing there. Remove it.
Okay.
This guy, you can come here. This one self, we can decide to remove this guy too. Sorry. Sum of sales. I'm coming back to it. So basically just have so you can adjust this one so that you have more space for your graph. Then if you want to now change anything about anything on your dashboard, on your chart, sorry, you come to the chart first, to that particular element. So the element we want to work with now is what? Is the x-axis label. I come here. Can you see that I have a rectangle surrounding it now?
Yes.
Then I right click.
Okay.
And can you see format axis?
Yes, yes.
So the moment I click on format axis, it shows me format axis at my right-hand side. So you can now adjust a lot of things, minimum units, things like that, horizontal axis, display units. I have display units. I cannot change my display unit to, we have thousands, 100,000. So we can use 100,000. We can decide to remove, you can see this 0.000, we don't actually need it. We don't need this 0.000. Why is it showing us 0.00?
My own is not showing.
Yes, you need to fix it if it is showing. So we can see now that we have format code, we have category. You can just change it to general. You understand? So under number, or you can decide to write a custom. You know, I told you how to write custom already. I taught us. You can decide to write a custom formatting code for it. So over here now, we can now have sales. You can edit that element again. Sales in 100,000. So that anybody reading it already know that this thing is not one. It is what?
Is in
100,000. So there is another thing again. The space between your elements. The space between your elements. That is some rules between your elements. Can you see that this box, this what's it called? The space between them should not be bigger than the size of a bar. Because what you are interested in showing people is not the white space, it is this blue. So the width should be bigger than the difference, than the what's it called? The space. So under your, okay, let me just go back to it again. So I have to do that. This is what I have previously. I just come to that chart element again that I want to adjust, which is the bar. Can you see now that I have format data points? I come to the third item there. Can you see gap width, guys? Then gap width, I can just now adjust it. Can you see now that it is better now than previous?
Okay.
You understand? So, so there are also some other things. When you want to use grid lines, it's not compulsory you always use grid lines, but when you use it, you should know how to use it. So just make sure you create enough space for your charts. That is what is the most important thing. Whatever Excel shows you, Initially, when you create the chart, I bet it with you 100% of the time, it's not always the best way it should look. You understand? So which means that you can always what? Adjust. This total sales, you can just say that sales by region. And you can give it a color if you want. So we can now decide to just Control X this guy now. It is going to our dashboard.
Control what?
X. You copy that. Or even before I do that, self. Before I do that. This is what I have, right? So you want this guy to change. You need to insert, remember this guy is from a pivot table, right?
Yes.
So we come to our pivot table, analyze, we show our feed list again. So we want to find a technique to show months. Okay, I think we have months already. There are months. I think I already told us how to achieve months yesterday, right? So we have months already. Yeah, I told us already yesterday how to achieve months. So I can just add a slicer. So this slicer now, I have it already. So what I can now do to it? And slicer settings, hide items with no data, right click again, size and properties, position and layout, increase it to 2. And I can, so basically we want this slicer to slice this guy. So when I click on January, can you see that my chart changes? Do you understand, guys?
Yes.
Yeah, so.
Okay.
I don't think I like this one. It's not effective because we have 2 and 2 here. Can you see now that that is experimentation? It is only when you are working with your data. You don't know, you don't have, the only thing is that you want to communicate effectively. Look up, guys. Remember, look at when I have February, look, I see that it showed everything as 0000, which does not make sense, does it? Does it make sense? Yeah, which means that you have to find a way to effectively communicate whatever you have here. So we go back again to edit it, to change it to what is going to communicate effectively. So there are several things you can do. You can do, what can we do? Any idea? We can decide to leave it as thousands. So that when you now want to select, so I think it's better like this. Because you don't want to convince your audience. Remember, the dashboard is not for you. It's not for you. You are only an analyst. So now this guy are working together. It's better because we are going to have a lot of charts. So we can name our pivot chart also. We can call it this chart. You can see it's called chart 3 on my own. I don't know what it's calling it on your own. So you call it sales by region. So now we can now decide to copy this guy and this guy as Control X. We don't need this in our report sheets. We need it here. Remember, according to our plan here, we have a plan, right, guys? So you can adjust it now. So that is how we are going to, can you see that everything is making sense? Or is it not making sense?
It is.
Yeah, it's making sense. So we go back again to our dashboard. Can you see now that we've answered questions about sales by region? We want to do sales by what? Category. Under sales by, let's just do sales by month first. I think I prefer us to do month first. So we just, please hold on for me, guys. 1 minute. I'll be back. 1 minute.
It's no easy. Dashboard, like how you can show people at a glance what your analysis has produced. You have been given raw data, you need to present it. You want to know what to. I don't know how to. Output is when you now click
Okay, guys.
that guy sent to.
Sorry for the break in transmission.
I'm gonna look for it.
Hello, guys.
Hi.
Yeah. So now, so we come back to our dashboard again. Report sheets. That's where that's our, in mathematics in secondary school, when we are given a question, we have what we call rough work. Guys, we have where we do rough work before you now write it in your answer booklet. So that's where we are doing our rough work. People don't need to know what is here. Eventually, you are going to hide it. You are not submitting it. They are not saying it. This is what we want to present. You understand? So we have sales by month again. So we come here, we put our month in, let's just put it in columns. Oh, sorry. I thought we copied already. Control C and Control V. And we remove region and we put months. Where is month? Where are you? Where are you? And you can, remember, you can always change this sum of sales to, you can always remove these row labels. But if you put an empty space there, it's not going to allow you. Oh, I think it's going to allow you, sorry. Yeah, then you have sales by, or you can just put sales and sales, but put a space after it because it's not going to allow you to put exactly sales. Then we have grand total. And what do we do next? We can just go to pivot table, analyze, pivot chart. and it shows us something it thinks is the best, but it may not be the best. We have a line chart. Because a line chart is a chart that is effectively good to show a data that is timeline, a periodic. Is it periodic now? What's the English? Who is going to borrow me English now? Whenever you want to show anything that relates with time, it is good to use a line chart. Do you understand? So, but what I want to show now is that even when you come to this pivot table analyze, do something, we have field. If you decide to put day somewhere there, can you see how it displays it in the line chart? Which is not what you want. You don't want this, right? You don't want this. Although you can edit it and say format axis, and you say tick marks. Where is it? Labels. So basically, you don't want this in short. That's what I want to show you. We don't want it. Don't let me waste time with it. Where is it? So Ctrl Z. You can explore, but just so we have a line chart like this. You can so are we guys together? Again, we can adjust. So we come here, format axis. You move the decimal place. We don't want decimal place. And what do we do next? We don't need this pivot table, remember. We want to put this guy now in our what? In our dashboard. Is it making sense or not? Anybody? Am I alone here?
It's making sense.
Thank you. So are you also doing something, guys? Is there anybody also doing it as I'm doing it?
Yes.
Okay, you can just so Silifa, I was asking you yesterday, how did you, I said I want you guys to do the research, but Silifa, I think you got it. I think you are the one. Are you not the one that asked about top 5 sales? Top 5, were you? Yeah, so can you send how you did it so that everybody is going to learn? I actually want you to give instruction. I want to know the method you use, but what's it called? Unfortunately, you don't have a mic. So what am I saying now? What do I want to do? So let's move to the next thing, why we expect something from it. So let's do sales by category next. So basically, you can just Control C, Control V. Oh, there is something we did not do. Hold on, guys. Can you see now that this January now? We need to connect this pivot, this slicer to this guy. So let's give it a name and call it sales by month. and come to report connections. Slicer, report connection. So we want our report sheets. Okay, I was about doing something. So we have this guy. Let's give it a name. Sales by month. And this one is, remember our pivot chart is from our pivot table. So basically, whatever you want to do is from the pivot what? Is from the pivot table when you want to create any report connection. So this slicer now, we come to slicer. Then we come to report connections. And you make sure that it is connected to what? Sales by month. And which other one? Sales by month and sales by region. Why am I not saying it? I think it is pivot table 15. It's okay. So can you see now the problem that we have there? Because you cannot say that month should be working on sales by region. Automatically, it's not going to show you anything in this guy. So, which means that whenever you are doing your report connections, you must know that you must work on which pivot table do I want it to be connected to? Which one do I not want it to be connected to? Do you understand? So in this case, you already know that you don't want it to be connected to what? Sales by month. Because it is already showing months already. Are we guys together?
Yes.
Are we guys together? I did it intentionally so that you guys will know that okay, we are not just creating connections to whatever we want. What's happening? This guy is not going back. It's not going back. Okay. We come here, pivot table, analyze, hit list. Okay, I can even do it from here. Push guy. Select all. Okay, voila, everything shows. Everything shows. We are happy. So you can see now that it's only working for the other ones that do not have anything concerning what. So, but for this particular one now, you might need to show it by year. You understand? Which means that our year slicer should be working on it. Do you understand? So year should be connected to these two slicers because we have different years, which means I have to come to my report sheet. I just create another slicer. I hope I'm recording this meeting.
Okay. Yes, you are.
Okay. So a lot of people are going to fight with me if I'm not recording. So I do this. Slicer settings, hide items, no data. Okay.
Hello. Please, this slicer of a thing. How do you get?
Okay. How do I get
What's the function of the slicer table? The slicer.
Look at what is happening now. Look at this January. Look here. Is that a joker?
Yes.
Yeah. The function is that look at this chart now. Can you see now that it's showing sales by region for all the months? But if you are a manager, you want to see the sales by region for January alone. Then you click on January. It is going to adjust your report, your chart automatically. I click on, whenever I want to see February, I click on it, it adjusts it. I click on March. It's like a filter. So once you just click on that, you can interact with to show whatever you want to show. You understand? Have I answered your question? Adejoke, are you here? Adejoke. Okay.
Yes, I'm there.
Have I answered your question?
Yes.
So now this year chart now, we want to connect it to other guys. We want to connect it to I need to give this guy a name. I need to give you a name. You can see now why it's always good to have a name. It makes your life easy. Sales by region. Because then we have our slicer. We want to connect it to other ones, import connections. Then we check sales by region and sales by region, month and by region. So, okay, I have my slicer and I come to dashboard. I copy and paste it here. Everybody is happy. And I can now say that, okay, I want to see sales in January. I want to see sales in January alone and 2014. Can you see now that it makes sense? So because you want to be able to interact with your dashboard. Are we together? Are we together? Can you see now that as I'm clicking on 2014, so if I want to see the chart for 2014, can you see now that I have it now? 2015, I have it now. 2016, I have it now. So I can change this total to what? Sales by month. So is it making sense? I did not mention, but let's just leave that for now. So now let's go back to sales by category. Then I just come here again, Control C, Control V, pivot table analyze, feed list. I remove region and I change it to what? Sales by what? What's it called? Sales by category. And my category, I have it now and I put it in my rows. And boiler, I have it. I change this guy, come to pivot table and I change the name to sales by what? By category. So that I know what it's doing. And after doing that, what do I do next, guys? I want to create a chart. I come to pivot table, pivot chart, and we have a column chart, but let's use another type of chart. Let's use a bar chart like this. And I just want to show you that this is possible. And we have this, remove this guy. I don't like the way it's displaying anyway. And okay, so we want to edit the width and we increase it. You already know why we are editing the width now. So we have some of sales here, let's call it okay. The chart title, grid lines, I think everything is okay. So you can come here, pivot table, analyze. So if you want to, how to explain that? I want to show you something. Pivot table, analyze. I don't want to show, let me just Control Z. Can you see this category? It's not showing us anything. It doesn't have any usefulness in this work. So I come to my pivot table. I come to pivot table, analyze. And can you see that I have category listed here? I don't need it. I remove it. I remove the guy. I just put the space there. So that's the space. I don't need it. I put this guy. I can adjust where it is staying. And adjust this. And I can decide to now, okay, before doing that, okay, let's just copy and we bring it here. Are you following what we are doing, guys? Is it making sense? So you come to your month now. You want to connect months to this pivot table for sales by category. So what do? You come to slicer. This slicer now. You just update it, report connections, and you scroll down and you add what sales by. Okay, it's connected already. Then for years also, it's connected already. So I think that's fine. Are we following, guys? Is it making sense or not? So we can see how everything we've been doing is coming up together, right? So basically, there is something I did not tell you, which I'm doing, which is not very okay. If you look at this axis, we have grid lines on our charts. Grid lines are good, but what I just want to tell you about it is that don't make it too, it should be something that should show in the background. It should not compete with your actual data. So which means that in this case, I can reduce the width of the grid line, which means that if I want to edit anything on grid line, I just make sure I click on the grid line first. I make sure that it's selected on the chart first. Then can you see now that on my format axis, I have format major grid lines. I can decide to say that I don't want any line. It's possible, but we always want a line, but we just want it to be not very thick. So we can change the color to something light. And we can even change the dash type. Or let's just, don't let us use, where is the dash type? We reduce the width to 0.25. We can use a more lighter color. We just want it to show in the background. And where are you? Can you see how it is showing now? So we don't want any line disturbing whatever we want to see. And we reduce this 0.25, change the color to something lighter, something lighter. Can you see? We are not saying that the grid line should not show, but it's not a major, there is a principle on it. Maybe I'm going to send the book to us. So there is a book you can read about principles in charts. When you are drawing charts, there are some things you should not, we call it data to ink ratio. You want to increase your data to ink. The inks are those things that are not really important for us to see. They should not compete with your main data you want to show. So I adjust this guy. And can you see how everything is coming up together? Guys, nobody's answering me. Nobody is answering me. Are we fighting? Jumoke, Modupe, Adeyemi, Adejoke, Silifa. Hello? Hello? Okay, thank you.
Okay, we are here.
Why are you now very silent? What's happening?
So I'm learning, no, at least.
So if I were you, if I want to, let me just quickly come back to what I've been doing here. I just select all of them together. I come to, and I do Control C, and I copy it. I don't want to repeat all my steps, you understand? So that's what I advise you to do. So you cannot change sales to what? Profits. You understand? So you can now readjust the position, and you come to equals to, you just write a formula for your profits now. Profits, and you do equals to sum. You come to order, and you navigate to profits, and you enter. Everything looks good. We are happy. Then we come to our dashboard. We change this guy to equals to, it's not going to be equals to profit. We come to report sheets, and we have profit there. Everybody is happy. Come to report sheets. We add a comma separator. You come back here. Everything looks good. And you can now increase the size of your, what's happening? Okay. And you change the color to white. Everything looks good. We are happy. Control Z, Control C, Control V. So that's just an idea I want to pass across. So you just copy and paste and adjust whatever you want to do. Our time is almost over. We have 7 minutes. Okay. And let's continue and do something. Profits by category, sales by month, sales by category. So Silifa, I said you should tell us how you did top 5 sales. You don't want to tell us. Okay, conditional formatting. You said you use conditional formatting. Okay, that's one way. Okay, let me show us. Let me show us. Where is it? Where is this? Sample file. So let us show top 10 customers. We want to see the customers that I'll be able to. So let's just copy this guy, Control C, Control V. So we remove month. We drop customer. Where is customer? We have something about customer. Where are you? Customer name in rows. Excellent. So you can see now that we have all our customers, but we are not interested in all of them. But before that, let's go to pivot table, analyze, go to, just call it top 10. Let's call it top N customers. And we come here. Can you see value filters And can you see top 10? Guys, look up. We have top 10. We can change it to whatever top we want. And it's showing us top 10. And then we are happy. Everything looks good. You understand? And what do we do next? We can call this guy. We can put something there, top 10, so that they know, we know what we have, top 10 customers. So what are,
You are lost here.
oh, I go back a bit. You already know how we achieve this, yes or no?
Yes, I know how we got to the
Yeah,
customer list.
super. So we know how to achieve this. So look up, guys, look up. We come here and you click on this arrow.
Okay.
And can you see we have some things there? We have all the customers. Can you see value filters? And top 10, we click on top 10. You can change, if you don't want top 10, let's assume you want top 15. You do top 15. If you want top 20, you do top 20. You understand? You can see percent sum. So we want to do by sum of sales, sum by sales. And if you want top 15, you do it top 15. I think that we do not do some, that's a error, top 10. Let's leave it as items. Okay, everything looks good. So this is what these are to customers over the time. You know, they are not customers that came just one time.
Okay.
They came several times. So you want to know how much are they able to, what's it called? To our store. You understand? Maybe you want to reward them. You know, sometimes maybe all these Jumia or whatever, they want to reward customer. Those ones that are, so, and you want to quickly see it in the dashboard. So then what do you do next? We can name this pivot. This is the table now. So we can now come here and say top 10, I think it's 15, top 15 customers. And pivot table, top 10 customers. We create a chart at F1. We are happy. But it might be good to change the pivot design. We can, where is it? Change chart type. We don't want this chart type. We can use a bar chart. Okay. And we come here. I don't want to see this guy. Customer name. I put a space there. Everything looks good. Come here. We don't want to see you. So what, if I were you, what I would have done is I'm going to create another, I can create a, can you see this customer name now? I'm going to create another field. I can create it in my pivot table. I've not tried it before, so I think I should do it now. So let us do it. Pivot table analyze. You can see this name is too long. And we don't want it to be as long as this. So what you can do is to just use the first name alone. Maybe first name and initials of the last name. Do you understand what I'm trying to say? So you can decide to come do it in your main data. It's very possible you do it in your main data. So if you want to do it in your main data, you come to customer. Where is customer? Customer name. Let us just do something here and say Control Shift plus. Oh, sorry, Control Shift.
Plus.
Why is it not? Okay, let me just manually insert. Where are you? Insert columns to the left. And I call this guy first name and last name. You guys already know how to do it now. How are we going to achieve it?
We use flash fill.
Yeah, excellent. Oh, Okay, let me just flash fill. You can write function for it though, you know now. So some of them are not working as I want. So you can just go back a bit. Darin A3. And we call this Sean O. Sean O. Rosina H. It should suggest something for me. Suggest something for me, or you can just use formula approach immediately. So I think that works best, but there's no time now. So answer me now, Mr. Man. Sorry, my Zell is not responding. Just hold on. Nothing's clicking. You see, can you see? I'm trying to click. So
Refresh.
who's fighting with me? Is it Modupe?
Your Excel is tired.
Okay, I think it works now. So we have first name now is a table. Everything adjusts automatically. Remember, I told you we are using a table. Guys, can you remember advantage of table? So we can basically come here and just do, we come here, we pivot table, analyze, feed list. It's not showing yet. We can do refresh all. So we should have something about first name. We have it already. So in this case, we come here and we remove, where is it? Why am I not seeing you? Where is it hiding? So we remove this guy and we change it to first name instead. You understand? And we just repeat the same process. And value filters. Do you understand what I'm saying, guys?
Yes.
What's happening here? Let's just create it again. Okay, adjust now. So are you, what should I ask now? Are you getting what we are doing? I don't want to say, are you excited? Are you, maybe that's the question I should ask. Are we excited by what we are learning? Are you seeing how we are going to use it in our work? Nobody's answering.
Yes. Ajimo is exciting.
So you just do some, so you come here. There is a principle behind this bar chart we are using. There is something, is actually a science that says that actually anywhere you can use a bar chart, you can also use a column chart. But the principle is that, how to explain? It's human psychology. When we want to read anything, it is easier to read sales by category than to read this one. Because immediately, whenever we want to read, our eyes always start reading from top left. Then it goes to the right and goes to the next item. So when you have a column, a bar chart like this, that shows everything horizontally, your bars horizontally instead of vertically, the implication is that I'm able to quickly see that technology at a glance. But this one, I need to, first of all, check central. I don't know how to really explain, but basically, it's for human cognition and psychology. You quickly see what corresponds to what in an horizontal bar chart compared to this vertical bar chart. But nevertheless, you can always replace it for each other. But whenever I have a lot of items to show like this, I always prefer to use what's it called? What's it called now? A horizontal chart.
Button.
Can you see it's looking better now? And we can now what? For our top customers, we may not need to connect it to the slicers. You understand, guys? No, I'm not a psychologist, Silifa. I read books, and I'm only telling you what I read in a book. Silifa, have I answered your question? So I'm not a psychologist, though. So, you know, a lot of things, all of us, we know. Either you learned it from someone, you watch a video, or you have read it in a book, and we transfer it to other people. So, and are you a psychologist, Madam Silifa? So we come to dashboard there, and we place it somewhere here. Then you can make this one bigger now. You can see now it's about adjustments. But for this one now, you can make it bigger so that people can see well. Are you guys getting what we are trying to do now? So you understand now? Is it making sense? So we basically for this chart now, you know, someone asked a question about what's the question now? Number of charts. We have 1, 2, 3, 4. So we only need one more in this report. In this particular dashboard, we only need one more. You should not add any other. You can add one more slicer if you have a slicer you want to add. But okay, I said I want to disconnect this slicer. So we want to disconnect slicer from this top 15. So I come to, because I come to report connections, I scroll down, I disconnect it. You can see now, it's all about what do you want to achieve. Now, we may disconnect, we may not disconnect. I think, what do you guys think?
Yes, I feel we should not disconnect it because we might want to know top customers per year.
Oh, excellent, thank you. So you can see now, so it's all about business requirements. You understand? So you are not just designing dashboard for yourself. It's all about, sometimes we may have a requirement. Basically, it's going to be changing for each year. Can you see it's changing for each year now? Which makes sense. Does it not make sense? So is interactive. So whatever we have, there's something I should have done. Sometimes this, our background, you may change your background. This background, you can change it to something else. This white color that you have, you can change it to something else. So where do we do it? Oh, who is going to teach me? Because it seems that Oga doesn't know book again. He doesn't know.
You can click on the first cell, not the first cell, basically.
Okay, I think I got it.
Yeah.
So you see, you can see now it looks better again. Or does it not look better? So we can adjust, we can still adjust based on whatever we want. It's not compulsory you fill everything in your, that's one mistake people do. They want to fill all the spaces. It's not compulsory. You understand? It's not compulsory. Just do, so you basically what I'm trying to show you is that you can arrange and iterate when you are coming up with the dashboard. But what is going to make it to be easy for you is what? Is this ideation that you have done here. So that you are not just thinking that, oh, should I show this? Should I not show this? You already have a plan of where you are going. So let us just show something more. Sales by segment. Sales by segment. we can just do Control C, Control V, pivot table, analyze, feed list, remove region. I put segments in rows. Or do I have it already? No. Then I change the name again, best practice, sales by segment, and Alt F1. I'm happy, everybody is happy. Sales by segment. I adjust this guy. I right click, format data series. I reduce the white space in the chart. It makes more sense. I come here, I adjust the number. I don't want decimal place, 0. Everything looks good. I adjust this guy, okay. I remove this guy, okay. The essence of this thing that we always see, let me quickly show us, is that we can decide to have something like this. Let us just add it. Pivot table analyze, because I've not been showing you and it may not be good. Feed list. I can decide to add profits, you all know, to these values. Can you see now that automatically I can now have both of them together? In that case, I need to add a legend to show that, okay, sales is for this color and this color, you understand? That's just the essence. Do you guys get what I'm trying to show? So if I were you, I'll bring this one here. I'll bring this here so that I have more space. And I do this. So it's not going to be sales alone. It's going to be sales and profit now. Sales and profit by segments. And you can decide to come to design, change chart type. There is also another one, stacked column charts. Where is it? Where are you? But I don't like it. It's not always good. There is a principle behind it. I don't think there is time to go through that now. So we can use a combo chart. Yeah. So now, you understand what this combo chart means? I think it's self-explanatory. So we have something like this. So we already know that this one is for profit. We can adjust this one to sales. And we are almost behind schedule. Control X, dashboard, place it here. Okay. So there are a lot of things we can still adjust in this particular dashboard, guys. This is not the best dashboard. You understand? This is just a class to show you what works. So our assignment is for us to come up with our own dashboard for this particular sales data, guys. Come up with your own dashboard. Let it have, you understand? I don't have a requirement about number of charts. You already know that it cannot have too much charts, and you should not submit something of one chart to me. It's not a dashboard. A dashboard most of the time is going to be having around 4 to 6. Sometimes, if you are able to arrange it very well, you can have up to 8. So it all depends. So I want you guys to come up with your own dashboard. I'm not asking you to repeat what we have done in this class. That is the assignment. So there's something we need to adjust here. We need to add axis title so that people know that, no, not axis title now. What's it called? I think chart title, yeah. Chart title, and so that people know that this guy is top 15. Top 15 customers. So you can see the capability of Excel now. You understand? So, guys.
Okay, John, See.
If you have any question, let me know. I just want to quickly answer your question. We have used 2 hours already. Our class should be over. So guys, let me know. Let me know if you have any question now that I can quickly answer. Any question? You guys know your assignment already now. So you can decide to hide other part of your something that you don't want people to see. So you just hide, but anybody can unhide this one. You can use another method to hide so that nobody will be able to unhide it. So you can see now your dashboard is the only thing they can see now. Anybody can see. They can't see any other thing. You understand what I'm trying to show, guys? So design a dashboard. If you are able to design your dashboard very well, you can add it as part of your portfolio. So when people ask you, what can you do? If you send them this, they already know that for you to do it, you have written some formulas, you have done some inserts, you have done pivot table. So you don't need to tell them again that you know pivot. They already know that you are an advanced pivot table user. You understand what I'm trying to say, guys? So question.
Mr. Jimo, this is Modupe.
Okay.
Unfortunately, my charts are not connecting with the slicers. I don't know.
Your
I
chart
think
are not connected to the slicer.
so I think there's a step.
Are you a Muslim or a Christian?
I'm a Christian.
You did not pay tithe. That's why it's not showing.
That's the only thing I think I've missed for today.
That is why it is not showing. I'm joking anyway. So click on your slicer. And
Okay.
you remember your pivot chart comes from a pivot table.
Yes.
So that is why I always, let me just unhide. Unhide. So I unhide all other guys. So remember, everything is coming from here. So I always name my pivot table. So, but basically, if you want it to show, just come to slicer. Can you see report connections?
Yes.
So you click on report connections, and you can see all the pivot tables we have. Can you see sales by month, sales by region? So if you want it to be connected to any of the pivot table, then you check that particular pivot table. But you cannot know it if you don't give it a name. That is why each of my pivot table, can you see some of them have names? The ones that have charts, they have names. So that I can know that, okay, I want to connect it to sales by month, sales by region, sales by, I think I answered that question. So.
But I labeled all my pivot tables. I don't know why they are still not.
No, it's not about label now. You have to, after you have labeled, you have to come to report connections here. So for the particular pivot table, you need to check that particular one to know the one it will connect to. It will slice.
Oh,
you understand?
okay.
So you have to know, okay, which chart is not showing. If it's top 15 that is not showing now, what do? You have to go to, now say that, okay, slicer, connect it to the pivot table of top 15 customers. So, any other questions? Silifa, any other question? Olajumoke, thanks for staying by. Adejoke, Titilayomi, you came late, Titilayomi.
No, I've been here.
Yeah, it's good to label the chart. It's good to label, it's a rule of, it's good to label the chart. It's good to label the chart. So do you guys understand what we are doing now? So Titilayomi, why have you not been talking? Okay, it's almost time for us to conclude today's class. Thanks for staying by. I'm going to upload the video in about 2 hours. And guys, I'm waiting for your beautiful and insightful dashboard. So I expect them to be better than what I did here. This is a class, we cannot go into a lot of things, you understand? So complete everything. Make sure you do ideation, please. Do ideation and let me see your work. So thank you guys and have a nice, it's another week. Have a nice week ahead.
Thank you,
Alright.
sir.
Thank you, sir.
Alright.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye. Bye.